Happy Monday. It's your girl, Content Queen, Atika Green, Miss Black in Hollywood. Welcome back to my channel where I talk a little bit about acting, motivation, and give you a taste of my lifestyle out here in Los Angeles. I've been in LA for 8 years and I've been pursuing acting for that same amount of time. And I've had a lot of wins, a lot of lessons, and quite a few blessings. For today's video, I just want to talk a little bit about distractions and how they are allowed, and even though they will always exist, that doesn't mean that it is impossible to reach your goals. For me, the beginning of the year, my word was transformation, and it still is. I know that I really want to transform and become a different version of myself than I've never seen before. I also know that that's going to take a lot of work, more work than sometimes I feel like I am ready to give, to be honest. But I know that outside of the work that I may or may not want to do, the end result of the goal that I want, it means a lot more to me. So I have to stop letting my distractions and the things that I know don't serve me stop me from going after what's important to me. So in the beginning of the year, I decided to start the 75 Soft Challenge. I talked a little bit about it in my previous video. I'll link it below if you want to go check that out. But I decided to do that challenge because I felt like it would be a way to shake up my system and become somebody different. Now, even if I have these post-its behind me with 75 numbers on it, and I have this board that lives by my bed that has all the things I need to do, I still fall short. I still haven't been able to do the things I really know I need to do, and I've been distracted. But what I will say is something that I've been challenging myself to do is, even if Monday was a bad day, I still get another day one tomorrow. Thank you, God, for another day, because that new day means that I get to try again. And on this journey, I'm really realizing how loud my distractions have been and how much I've allowed them to take over. The distractions can be people, places, things, and more importantly, myself. Lately, something that I've been doing to help me when it comes to getting distracted is sleeping with my phone in another room. When I say that has definitely helped me start sticking to a better sleep schedule, it has helped me wake up in the morning and decide to read, decide to journal, and decide to meditate versus deciding to scroll, deciding to check messages, deciding to worry about everybody else before I worry about myself. I am the type of person who usually gives from a cup that isn't full. I usually say yes to things I don't want to say yes to. Yeah, I'm a people pleaser. I'm an artist. But I noticed how much my people pleasing and me saying yes to everybody else was really a slap in the face to me. It was really me saying no to myself. And I decided that 2024 would be the year that I don't do that anymore. So I started to say no to a big distraction, which was my phone. And I've been doing that for the last 3 weeks, and it really, really, really has changed me in ways that I didn't even think were possible. I am spending more time with myself in the morning. I'm allowing myself to sleep when my body needs it. I'm also using a real alarm clock, which I will link below. If you're a hard sleeper like me, there is something that can help us. If you're a hard sleeper like me, there is something that can help us. This alarm clock will shake the bed. Yeah, it shakes the bed. And I needed that because I couldn't hear much when I'm sleeping. And I don't like to be necessarily woken up in like a huff, like really, chaotic energy. But I needed something like that to get me up and get me ready for the day, especially with somebody like myself who likes to sleep in, who has to fight her own non-disciplined ways, who has to fight her own procrastinator ways. And it still shows up in ways I'm not going to always be able to do everything. And I think having more grace with myself has allowed me to realize that it isn't possible to do everything, but I can do something. So my daily 3, that could be a way of getting the things done I need to do. I also decided to join an accountability group. In this accountability group, we meet up on Saturdays and we talk about our plans for the week, the things that we know are our non-negotiables that we will get done this week. And we pick one thing that we know that by the time we come back next week, we would have had done. Now, last week, my thing was content creator schedule. Whew. As someone who has been a creator who has just thrown spaghetti at the wall, hoping it lands, some strands will land, some noodles will land, and some noodles will fall. And I think that's all about learning. But as I am slowly learning what kind of creator I am and what my offer to the world can be, I have learned how to just really, really rely on scheduling. Now, do I always meet everything on my schedule? No. Do I always follow it to a T? No. But it is a blueprint. It is a place that I could go when I'm like, what do I really need to focus on this week? Because distractions from here, there, and everywhere show up. And when they do, I got to remember what was most important. What did I say to myself in the beginning of the year? I said I wanted to transform. How can I do that if I'm doing the same thing that old Atika would do? How can I do that if I'm getting distracted by the same things that old Atika would be distracted by? I know a couple weeks ago I talked about old habits and how they die hard. It's so true. I feel like I'm going through like this metamorphosis of like who I am, but I really, really just want to be my best self. And I think, well, one thing that inspires me about myself is that no matter how hard it is, I'm going to keep going. Even when I don't want to, I'm going to keep going. Now, last week, I did have a few days where I didn't hit the gym. I didn't go to the gym like I wanted to, but I did on Wednesday because it's on my schedule to attend a group fitness workout on every Wednesday at 10 a.m. I will be there for the most part, no matter what. And my roommates and I also decided after we do that workout, we're going to go play tennis. For the last 3 to 4 weeks, that has been something that has been on my schedule and we have stuck to it. And I'm so proud of us for just continuing to do that. Now, when I conquer that in other places of my life, I will feel like a weight lifted. But I know it's only step by step, day by day, and we get another chance to try. And I'm getting a little emotional myself because last week I learned that one of my friends had passed away in November of last year. And I just found out last week. And I think about the type of person that he was. And he was just such a light, a community builder, just a great person overall. And I'm still mourning his loss. I'm still figuring out how to grieve it because not to say we were super, super close, but I knew him. I know what he stood for, and I know the impact that he left on so many lives. So, sorry. So, I want to make the rest of this year and the rest of my life that I get in remembrance of the life that he lived and the things that he stood for when he was here with us in the physical. I was inspired and enamored at how big of an impact he had created in such a short amount of time. And when I think about people who have transitioned or left the physical plane, I think about what their last day on earth would have looked like. What were some of the things that they were still focused on and implementing in their time while they were here? We can't get out of this life alive, and we know we're only guaranteed death. But the crazy thing about that, like a lot of things in life, we don't know when those things will happen and how they'll happen. And that always scared me, even as a little girl. But as I continue to grow and understand gratitude and grace and growth, those things mean a lot to me. And if I can be even a teeny tiny bit better than I was yesterday or last week, that means a lot to me. I didn't mean to get all sad and cry on this, but it just kind of hit me a little bit more that my friend isn't here anymore. And I know that he went out fighting, and he went out with the big smile that he had and the big heart that he had. And he, like I said, left a huge impact on the people who knew him. So as I continue to focus on what and who I want to become in this life and in the next, I'm going to continue to grow and become the best and greatest version of myself, as I don't know when my last days are, but I got to live. Like, each day is the last. So let me know below, what are you going to do for the rest of your life? Let me know below, what do you think your impact is on the world while you're living and when you're no longer in the physical? What do you think you'll leave behind? And just remember, impact, no matter how small or large it is, it's still the same word, impact. And it still matters to the people who you touch, the people who are near you, the people who love you the most. I believe that my impact while I'm still here on this earth is to inspire others to go after their dreams no matter what. And I believe the same will be true when I'm no longer here, that my life would be an example of what it looks like to live life to the fullest and to build community, because we can't do anything alone. And no matter how long I've tried to do things alone, I do understand the importance of community. So thank you for being my community. Again, this is your girl, Content Queen, Atika Green, Miss Black in Hollywood. Please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share this video if it resonates, let a friend know about it. And if you're someone who is an actor just starting your career, or you're a seasoned actor and would appreciate a few more tips and tricks on how to break into the industry or continue your career, hop on over to Instagram and follow me at Black in Hollywood. I'll tag it below. And if you want to keep connected to me on a more personal level on Instagram, my personal page is Atika.Green with an E at the end, same as here on YouTube. Either way, I appreciate you all. And until next time, peace. It's cheese.